Hey guys, this is James.
And this is Denny from TeaDB, bringing you guys episode 218, hopefully.
Yes.
What do we got going on today?
So we got some more tea from Morning Crane Teas. You guys might remember from a couple episodes back, we brought on their Huangcha, which was delicious. Now we have some Balhyocha. I'm not totally sure how to say it, so my apologies for butchering it.
Yeah.
I was just reading up about this tea, actually, from some links that Arthur sent me. And it basically means an oxidized tea, oxidized or fermented, but not to the point of black tea. And he made very careful to say that it's a Korean term and it's not an oolong. So the term is similar to an oolong, but he called that term more for Chinese and Taiwanese teas. So
okay, interesting.
So we'll go with that.
Similar sorts of processing, but perhaps not identical.
Right. So I'm not totally sure how to brew this, so we are going to be winging it.
Great.
This tea has a very distinctive smell. It smells, I don't know, how would you say it smells?
I think it smells like a green smoothie, like a vegetable smoothie, is what I think.
Yeah, and I do not disagree with that. I don't think that's a crackpot definition at all.
It smells so verdant and, just like fresh green stuff. It's crazy. The aroma truly, just on the dry leaf alone, is pretty spectacular. So We'll see how it tastes.
I'm going to brew this just a little bit off the boil to be on the safe side. So I'm following some of Denny's suggestions in the past where it's just like, if you don't know the tea, take it a little bit lighter.
For sure.
Figure out how it is later.
Yeah. I'm excited to smell this.
Grassy, caramel. It has some black tea elements to it.
Really, the roast really came out there. I think a little bit of the caramel, but yeah, still very verdant. This will be really interesting. You can definitely smell the roast more after it's sort of been put in the hot vessel here. So
yeah, what do you think? Should I rinse that or not?
I think we should just go for it.
Okay.
And we'll see too, based on what it looks like in the cup, if we should dump it or not.
Yeah. So you guys can see that I'm doing an extra pour here, rather than that. Looks fairly clean.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we will go with this. Because we are going without a rinse, that means the leaves are going to absorb a little bit of that, so we should probably do it for a little bit longer. Using 4 grams here for about 150, 160 milliliters.
Cool, yeah. So this is pretty similar to green tea brewing parameters, maybe a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
And we'll give this a shot and see how it goes. But I'm excited, yeah. Interesting.
And let's see how this looks. I'm not even totally sure what color this should be, which is usually a pretty good visual cue. It's brewing up a somewhat... that color looks like it might be right.
I think so, yeah. I think what's throwing us on this tea, because it looks like from the liqueur and the leaves themselves, it looks more like a black tea, but it just has such an interesting character. And if you look at it's smelling much more acorny in the cup, and
smells like a black tea now.
Yeah, it does. It has such a unique aroma, just the dry leaf. I really wonder what's going on there.
Let's take a smell of that too.
Yeah. So much so that they don't really resemble each other, frankly.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But now it
smells much sweeter and more roasted, more nutty.
So much grassier and greener in this aroma.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Huh. I don't know.
Weird.
It's brewing up totally different than the dry leaf aroma.
Let's give it a taste, see how it tastes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tasty. I think
it's like a grassy black tea.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like got that slight spillover, almost like a Baozong can sometimes be a little bit more roasty and have a little bit more of that nutty character sometimes, but it can also usually is that really front kind of green.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
I think it's brewed perfectly. It's got great body. It's not at all astringent. It has no bite to it, really. I think if anything, it's maybe lacking some of those crisp notes that you're kind of primed on when you smell the tea. it's sort of like whenever you think you're going to be, you think you have a glass of milk and then you drink water, or you drink water thinking it's whatever milk or whatever, and the priming of it makes you expect something and then you don't get it, and it's so weird for you. This isn't like, that stark, but still, gosh, it does not really resemble the dry leaf smell at all.
Yeah, maybe there's a bit of a grassiness, but like the taste is far darker and more like a black tea than
more like a black tea than an oolong tea too.
Yeah. How about here's another comparison. We've been comparing this to sort of like oolong, black tea. Mm-hmm. How does this compare with something like the yellow tea that we had from Arthur?
Pretty similar, I think. This might not have quite as much of the sort of silkier, smoother.
Yeah, that sort of mouthfeel.
Yeah, texture. I think this might be a little bit sweeter. It's not quite as nutty.
Smell that.
So. Man, yeah, there's this lingering, almost like lemongrass. Kind of, but like not very lemony lemongrass. Verdant character. I'm definitely getting the roast and the sort of nuttiness, and I'm getting that more in the taste in the cup too. These are fun teas to drink because, we're talking a lot. There's a lot going on in these.
Yeah,
interesting. And I have a residual, maybe it's from the smell, but I'm still experiencing that sort of residual grass.
I sort of have like a residual tingling feeling sort of like going on in my mouth now. So pretty active. The leaves looked very small too, sort of similar to the yellow tea, just in sort of like leaf size.
And I don't think it needed a rinse.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it. Plenty of flavor there.
So this is going to be one of the prime steepings here.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Go ahead.
Sweet. All good.
Good?
Got my shit delivered.
Okay.
Okay. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Much more. Getting more of that velvet mouthfeel. How does it smell?
I don't know. It smells. I get a little bit more black tea-ish. Maybe the greenness is slowly moving away, but I think it just got something up my nose. Is what.
To get the tea steam going.
Yeah, got some summertime's allergies going on. Is what's going on over here.
Man,
a little bit richer.
Aroma.
I'd say the body is a little bit bigger.
Totally. The aroma on this is just marvelous, and the flavor in the cup is great too. This is, I'm like continuously surprised by these teas.
Yeah, these Korean teas.
Yeah.
So I was just doing a little bit of reading about this, and there's a little bit about like the tea maker here, about how he is highly respected, and it's grown in the Hwage Valley in Korea, Samtae Dawan, and the producer is Kim Shin-ho. So.
Shout out to your great tea making capacity.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There is this lingering verdant green stuff going on in the background. It's almost carrot earthiness a little bit with and it just is delicious.
Yeah.
It's adding this wonderful complexity to this tea. It's not quite like those high, really crisp notes. It's almost like a kind of deeper body with this interesting profile to a tea that kind of creeps up on you.
Yeah. It sort of combines sort of the freshness of certain green teas with more of the sweet, richer flavors of these darker hongchas or oolongs and stuff like that.
More of that sort of the kind of the nutty roasted depth that James is talking about. Also with these really lovely, nice, subtle little notes too. It's really great. I'm really enjoying this.
A lot of sweetness lingering on sort of the top of my mouth. And I suspect this tea is from 2016. Mm-hmm. Would have been really interesting to taste this recently harvested.
Absolutely, yeah. The roast is going to preserve the tea a little bit better than if it weren't really roasted. With that being said, This tea would have been probably a little bit different, maybe a little bit more verdant, coming straight from the source. Who knows when it's actually produced?
Yeah, maybe those crisper notes would have come out even more pronounced.
Yeah. This is a great tea, though, for a day like today. It's kind of nice and warm out here in Seattle, but not too hot. I think it's a nice balance there. Doesn't feel like too much of a winter tea by any means.
Yep.
And that last steeping was incredible. I think this next steeping is going to bring another sort of different kind of steeping out. And when I was rebrewing the previous morning crane tea that we brought on episode 208 maybe?
Something like that.
Can't remember. It steeped out for way longer than I expected.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got like 6 good steepings out of it. I was not using boiling water.
Were you using a Guy one?
I was using clay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was using a small little Yixing pot but not boiling water. And I admittedly used a fair amount of leaf, but it wasn't astringent in any way, and I was just blown away. So, we don't have enough time to brew these out for 10, 15 steepings. Look at the oil.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of just oils clinging to the surface there.
Yeah. So just you're gonna get surprising longevity out of these teas compared to your typical green or black tea.
Yep.
I've been shocked.
And you can see that I reboiled our water for this just to give it a little bit more. We'd waited a bit since doing that, so just to reapply some hot heat.
It has those Oriental Beauty, sweet roasted, nutty flavors for sure, and then it has this beautiful otherness to it that we're kind of trying to allude to, but yeah, it's really tasty. So
yeah,
it's gonna be hot, but
yeah, we'll wait for just a second. Yeah. These cups are not as good because they're a little bit thinner rims, so they're not as good for drinking super hot teas. So
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty nice for these teas that you have to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, but they will cool down a little bit more quickly in a less insulated cup as well.
Exactly. So we're just waiting for that to happen.
I bet this would be wonderful. And actually, I remember that was a different black tea. Anyway, this I know would be wonderful as an iced tea as well.
Oh,
100%.
I bet, yeah.
So.
Really complex. The interesting mix of flavors is just very unique. I can't say that I've had something exactly like this before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in learning more about the processing and how it's different from a typical oolong. I mean, obviously it's not rolled.
Yeah. And reading Arthur's literature on the subject, this feels hot, he basically was saying that there's a lot of different categorizations of this tea. There's certain that are fermented for 0 to 15%, others that are closer to like 70 to 85%.
Yeah.
This would probably be around the Oriental Beauty range, I guess.
Yeah.
So a moderate amount.
60, 70.
Yeah, something like that. And the leaves look sort of brownish.
Yeah, they're pretty brown.
Yeah, a lot of tips and buds in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. This is where, by the way, the sort of slurping is a physical advantage because you can just expose the water to more surface area when it's coming into your mouth. It will cool it down more quickly. You will be less likely to get burned. Literally, yeah. So, and I'm getting more. I've only had one little sip, but a little bit more earthiness too, a little bit more minerals.
Yeah, a little more body. I think the extra heat is bringing out a little bit of a different dimension to the tea.
Yeah, I think the viscosity, we're kind of over the hump of it, which is, to be expected with these sort of black teas. Maybe if you threw this in clay and added boiling water for the next steeping, you kind of keep that going on. But I think it probably wouldn't be quite as sweet. Yeah,
you could probably, as it steeps out, you could probably just pour directly from the kettle onto it, just to give it a little bit more push.
This has this wonderful, wonderful sweetness to it. How do you think this passes for the mom test for such a complex tea?
I think most moms would like this tea.
So too.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's also a tea that tea nerds could also like because it's very unique. I don't really know what it costs or anything, but I can't think of what exactly to compare it to. So it's interesting.
If you're into Yunnan blacks, try this out because it's going to give you. It's going to feel like home in some ways and also feel like a little vacation to a new world.
There you go.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I can see that.
Love every one of you for
sounds
watching.
like a 1990s vacation infomercial. Sorry, Arthur.
Yeah. Shout out though to Arthur for hooking us up with such great teas. It's been a pleasure to bring them onto the show. And you know, when you have a certain tea vendor or tea aficionado that you end up working with, you can kind of at a certain point just say, "We got stuff. Let's bring it on." And at this point, I think we're there with Morning Crane Teas. So really great stuff, unique. I love the profile on these teas. A little bit of that sort of spiciness.
Yeah.
Kind of thing leaving
Yeah.
at the end of it.
And a lot of tingling, a lot of fun mouthfeel stuff.
Yeah,
So.
totally. This is a great tea. So check them out. I guess check out Morning Crane Tea. MorningEarthKorea.com is the website, and or you can just shoot Arthur an email at morningcranetea@sbcglobal.net. Again, can't speak more highly about these kind of teas.
And
really, really yummy.
And which tea is this? Do you want to just read it out?
Yeah,
once
this
more?
is the Balhyocha, Balhyocha.
Yes.
For you people who don't know how to read a single thing in correct pronunciation, like me, that was as good of a shot as I'm going to be able to do. So, please comment below how to pronounce these words.
Yes, thank you.
And we will try harder next time. But in the meanwhile, James, if folks wanted to get in touch, learn more about tea, what should they do?
They should hit the subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up down below
if you like
the video. Check us out at TeaDB.org. Releasing lots of content, other videos, articles, etc. You can reach way back into the archives and pull out some of the old things. I've actually been creating playlists. So there is a Korean tea playlist that you can go through. It's not very long, so you actually can get through that. So don't feel like you're about to watch 10 episodes or 10 seasons of a TV show, which is pretty much what watching TeaDB start the pack is at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, go and do all those things if you want to, and we will see you guys next time.
Cheers.